What's going on? DJ Hazmat here.
Yeah, and I'm Matty Wills.
And welcome to the halftime edition of Matt and Matt Sports, talking about the game. Browns up 10-0 at home against the Denver Broncos, who are
Yep.
also 3-3. What do you think about the game thus far? Here we are with Case Keenum
Yeah.
getting the start because Baker Mayfield had to sit down. I mean, I told you they would have gone to have to drag him off that field, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they did. He got a second opinion. Anytime you hear about somebody getting a second opinion, you know what I mean? They don't like what they told him the first time, and they was told him a second time. But I mean, tonight's game, like you said, Browns up 10-0 right now. Case, the backup QB, started off pretty hot, was what, 5 for 5 before he threw his first incomplete pass. And he's cooled off considerably. The running game has, the backups for the backups are playing tonight, and they're doing decent. I mean, the Browns right now have 97 yards rushing, over 6 yards a carry, led by Dearness Johnson, who has 9 carries for 64 yards already. So, I mean, we haven't given up any points. The defense looks sharp. I like what I see. What do you think?
I think you don't really sound convinced in what you just read. I mean, because Case Keenum is doing a fine job. He's thrown for 122 yards already.
Yeah.
13 for 21. He's tried to hit Odell Beckham, but I don't know what's going on. Is this the Odell Beckham that we've all grown to know or love or hear about? Because the Odell Beckham lore has been hanging over the Cleveland Browns stadium forever.
Well, can I just
now it's because Baker couldn't get the ball to him. Now the ball is being thrown to him, and he's still dropping the ball.
You couldn't wait to throw Odell under the bus. I will say this.
I want to say this about Dearness Johnson, who's doing a hell of a job with his averaging of 7 yards a carry, sir. I think you got to.
Yeah, he's balling.
He's balling. You acting like they doing all right. They doing all right. He's doing.
I mean, we
phenomenal.
got 10 points. I guess at the end of the day, I would like to have more than 10 points at this juncture. But it is what it is. Man. You're winning the game. You know what I'm saying? So you
got a field goal blocked.
Okay.
Field goal got blocked.
Can we just say about Odell? Mm-hmm. We knew that there was a chance that Baker couldn't play, but we also all acknowledge that Baker isn't playing up to his best ability right now because he's injured, correct? So can we please afford the same pass that we're giving Baker to Odell, who's not only coming off a horrific injury from last year, happened like right around a year ago from today that he has to work back from, but he's also playing through injuries that he suffered this season as well. So, I mean, I just want to let's not make this about the throw Odell under the bus and let's acknowledge
I didn't.
Jarvis, let's talk about something positive.
Yeah, let's
How does Jarvis look?
Jarvis looks great. Jarvis in his first game back from being on injured reserve. Mm-hmm. I went on ahead and put him right on in the fantasy, and it's paying off already.
PPR league.
I don't know if this league that I have Jarvis in is the PPR league, but I will say this: Jarvis is let's skip right past the receiving yards, but he's caught the ball. But he had about 6 catches already.
4 catches for 30 yards.
4 catches for 30 yards. Okay, so. And first, let me shout out everybody that's here. Rhonda Mitchell, Dwight Rogers, the Mystery Browns fan is back. PJ is here. Lisa, Brian, everybody those are the people that we know are here because they've left a comment. If you're here, just leave a comment, put a thumbs up, whatever. Just let us know that you're in the building.
As Dwight Rogers left a comment saying defense is great in first half, need to keep it up going into the next 2 quarters. Couldn't agree more. We knew that we would need the defense to step it up with so many injuries on the offensive side of the football. So they've done that. So can't be mad at them at all.
San Antonio fans here. All right, yeah. So the backup to the backup backfield is doing a very good job tonight. I hope to see Felton touch the ball a little more because I picked him up off waivers and put him in the fantasy football. But because they just snatched up Dearness Johnson on me.
You just start every Brown you got every week, regardless.
I don't have a lot of Browns. I have 3 different teams. I have Nick Chubb on 2 of them, so I had to do something at running back.
I don't have any Browns.
And then I had I have Jarvis on one of my teams. So he was on IR. So yeah, man, this is looking all right. I think the Browns were still favored to win with the injuries. I see Jedrick Wills is back out there playing. I didn't expect him to be playing, but I mean, Odell Beckham gave it a shot. His shoulder hurt. I feel you. Nobody's trying to bash him, but he's the one that got on the at the podium and said his hands was like Purell. 99.9%. That's the last
They
time you're
have
going to see
not
him
been.
drop a ball.
They have
And
not been
he
that this
said it
season.
though. You shouldn't have said
Yeah.
that. You
Yeah.
shouldn't
Well,
have said
Baker
that.
said he was going to play.
Maybe
Baker said he's the only one that can tell you whether or not he's going to play. So, like,
listen.
we could do the Baker versus Odell battle all day, man.
Ain't nobody doing Baker versus
anytime you
nobody.
come at my boy, I'm gonna come at yours, man. Just understand.
Hey, look here, I'm not coming at you. I'm just trying to figure out, when did he become your boy,
Josh,
man?
nice first
He's only
half.
been a Brown for a few short years.
No, but you know what? I'll say this, man, about Case Keenum, right? The way he came out firing and was, hitting everybody, and Jarvis was looking great. I will say kudos to Stefanski for keeping to your game plan. This looks like the same offense that we see every week. They're doing the same thing, with the difference of, I don't think they're calling as many shots down the field like they were calling with Baker, who, this season was hurt, and that's why he looks a little flustered this year. But Case, he looks like a backup quarterback, right? He started kind of hot. He ain't really going up the field, like down the field with long passes, though. It's a bunch of screens, little short dump offs. Jarvis coming across that middle, one of the toughest wide receivers in the NFL, is great to have him back.
He
man.
tried to go deep. The passes were a little off there. So,
a little short.
but Case
like
Keenum,
Teddy.
he hasn't played in a while. So you
sure.
expect some rust there. So maybe he'll settle in a little more and get a little bit more comfortable. And Michael Gibson said he likes Keenum's play thus far. He thinks it helps him to have great familiarity with Kevin Stefanski's play calling. But actually, it was Pat Shurmur who was calling the plays when Case Keenum went to the championship with the Minnesota Vikings. Though Kevin Stefanski was on the staff, he had not been elevated to OC as of yet. But
so listen,
he's been around.
Let's acknowledge at least that we got to keep an eye on Case. He started hot, but he's cooled way off. So we need
way off.
I mean, 13 for 21 is almost, that was that 60% somewhere about when you start 5 for 5. So I don't know, man. He's cooled off a little bit in that second quarter where we scored 0 points. I know we had the mishap or whatever.
One notable thing we didn't say is we're missing Donovan Peoples-Jones tonight.
Yeah, and that was surprising. I mean, I heard him announce that right before the game.
Growing injury.
Yeah.
So those are tricky.
Yeah.
So,
how do you think your boy Schwartz looks, rookie wide receiver?
I just wish that pass, when he caught that pass, I wanted to see him get upfield.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he turned in a weird way where he couldn't gather his feet or whatever, or if the pass was in a way where he had to turn that way. I just was saying to my wife, like, he needs to get to the ball where we can see him use that speed, because he's really fast.
Yeah.
And he does a good job in the returning punts or kicks. No, he's the kickoff returner. So he does a good job getting us good, decent field position on the kickoffs, which is pretty key. People don't really think about small things like that. You know what I'm saying? Not starting too deep in the hole when but they haven't had to kick the ball off because they're not scoring. But anyway, I just want to see him get the ball where he has a chance to run, and then I can grade him out. I can't really grade him until I see him run after the catch. So that's what his strength is, that speed. So if you can't get him the ball in a situation like that, then you're not really getting the full use of him. So he's a rookie, so far he's
PJ says, congrats to Johnson. Dearness Johnson got to be the MVP of the first half, right? I mean, the boy looked like he ready.
Well, we've always known that Dearness was good.
Big game, but
he's not going to start over Chubb and
and
Hunt. He's just not, he's the third guy in that rotation there. But he's a serviceable back. He showed too much. We might not have Dearness around here next year.
No, I was thinking something similar. Like, man, teams are going to want this guy the more that he gets this exposure and balls out. But the Browns
giving us a bold prediction.
Who's that?
Dwight Rogers.
Browns going to win 26-12. So I don't know if that's 4 field goals for Denver or 2 touchdowns and 2 missed 2-point conversions. But either way, I take the dub.
Change that 12 to a 0, bro.
Listen, this is a Browns must-win game for the Browns.
Tracy,
you don't want to lose this game and have to play Pittsburgh next week, man. You just don't. You got to start You got to take care of these teams. Denver
Are we
comes into
losing?
this town. No, that's what I'm saying. It's a must-win game for the Browns. Denver comes in on a 3-game losing streak. So let's just take care of business. Send them
And
out of
we're
here
on a
with a
2-game losing streak.
Send them out of here with a 4-game losing streak. Get the Browns back in the win column. Get us on the winning, the side of
We
having a
wasn't in
winning
no better.
record.
Listen, if we were in a similar boat to Denver, okay, we're both average teams, 3-3 coming in here. Obviously, the expectations for us is a little higher because of who we have on our roster, but same with them. They had a banged up quarterback. It's Teddy Bridgewater. The jury is out on him as to whether he's somebody's starting quarterback or is he any better than a Case Keenum. You know what I mean?
He's a Case Keenum.
So
He's
here
the
we
black
are.
Case Keenum, or Case Keenum is the white Teddy Bridgewater,
right?
whatever you want to say.
And he threw a pick in the end zone. So
yeah,
shout out,
ugly
because
pass.
they were getting on John Johnson this week. Like these guys.
Oh, he's balling. No, he's balling. He's balling. He had a big play up around the line of scrimmage on a stuffed run and in the interception. So he's balling.
Yeah. This is an extra extended halftime. It feels like because it's a Thursday night game, so they're getting a little bit of extra time on this half, right? I see that it's 54 degrees out there and raining. I couldn't get, thanks to the Browns getting beat so bad, I couldn't get these tickets off this week.
Wow, really?
Nobody bought them, yo.
Wow.
Nobody came for the tickets, man.
I think the weather might have something to do with it too.
Yeah,
man.
that
I don't know. It's ugly, bro.
They must have expected the Browns were just going to come out here and do nothing. I'm like, it's still an NFL game. It's still the Browns. You're still gonna, if you watch them on TV, you're still gonna expect them to try and win this game, regardless of who's out there.
Yeah,
it's still orange and brown, and the best uniforms in the league. That combination of that brown jersey and them orange pants. That's my favorite, man.
Spoken
when
like
they wear that.
True Clevelander. Listen, I took the Browns in a couple parlays, man. So I did expect these boys to win. So I'm hoping that they hold on. The defense looks excellent against average and below average teams, right? Maybe, hopefully, we can get them to bring that, against teams that play offense.
Underhanded compliment you gave them there. A little underhanded compliment.
I'm just saying that's what they beat up on the Bears. They beat up on the Texans. But when they play teams that have good quarterbacks, man, they haven't done as great. But
Ant Williams has a question. He wants to know, do we think the fullback should be used more to block?
Sure. I mean, he looked good out there. He also looks good as the up back on them.
But you know what happens when you put the fullback there? You're actually telegraphing that this is going to be a run.
Yeah.
And I think they like what Kevin Stefanski likes to do is to run a lot of different plays out of the same formations, to have it all look the same, but for you to not know whether or not you're going to get a run or a pass. So, but when the fullback comes in there, it's run.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever pass out of the fullbacks being on the field. Or
not at a high clip. The game's starting back up though, so you know where to find us after the game. We'll be right back here, wrapping it up with you guys. So,
Tracy said I could have called her. What I missed? I'm sorry, Tracy. Anyway, well, we won't see y'all after the game. We're gonna send out the link. Come right back, and we'll discuss what happened after the Browns go on ahead and take care of these Broncos.
No doubt.